My battalion commander told me I'd never make it. I just pinned Sergeant Major. 22 years ago, I was Private First Class Garrett Hayes, fresh out of infantry school, assigned to my first real unit in Germany. Eager, motivated, ready to prove myself. My battalion commander was Lieutenant Colonel Brennan, old school ranger type. 3 combat tours, chest full of medals, reputation for being the toughest leader in division. Week 2 at my new unit, I made the biggest mistake of my young career. We were doing vehicle maintenance in the motor pool. I was underneath a Humvee draining the oil pan. My team leader, Sergeant Curtis Wade, told me to make sure the drain bucket was positioned correctly. I nodded, said I had it under control, didn't double check. The bucket was off by about 6 inches. 5 gallons of motor oil poured directly onto the concrete floor instead of into the container. Created this massive slick that spread across the entire bay. Looked like an oil tanker had exploded. I scrambled out from under the vehicle, slipping in the mess I'd created. Wade was furious. Started chewing me out right there in front of everyone. That's when Colonel Brennan walked into the motor pool for his daily inspection. Stepped right into my oil slick. His boots shot out from under him. He went down hard, landing flat on his back in the puddle. Dead silence. 30 soldiers watching our battalion commander lying in motor oil because of my screw up. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. Brennan stood up slowly, uniform completely soaked. Oil dripping from his hands, his sleeves, his rank insignia. He looked at me with pure ice in his eyes. Who's responsible for this disaster? I stepped forward. Me, sir. Private Hayes. I didn't position the drain bucket correctly. He walked over to me, boots squishing with every step. Got right in my face. I could smell the motor oil. Hayes, in 15 years, I've seen a lot of incompetent soldiers, but this takes the prize. You just assaulted a battalion commander with motor oil. No excuse, sir. You're right, there isn't one. He turned to Wade. Sergeant, is this soldier trainable? Wade hesitated. Sir, he's still learning. That's not what I asked. Can this soldier be trusted with basic tasks without creating disasters? The pause felt like forever. Unknown at this time, sir. Brennan looked back at me. Hayes, I don't think you have what it takes. You'll probably wash out before your first contract ends, but I'm going to give you one chance to prove me wrong. He assigned me to 30 days of extra duty. Every single day after normal work hours, I stayed late cleaning the motor pool, organizing tools, doing maintenance. Wade supervised personally. But here's what nobody knew. That experience lit a fire in me. Brennan's words, you don't have what it takes, played on repeat in my head every single day. I started studying everything. Military manuals, technical specifications, leadership doctrine, asked senior soldiers for advice, volunteered for every terrible assignment nobody wanted, showed up early, stayed late, never complained. 6 months later, I made Soldier of the Quarter for our battalion. Wade nominated me, said I'd shown the most improvement he'd ever seen in a private. Brennan presented the award at formation, shook my hand. Hayes, I'm surprised. Maybe I was wrong about you. Thank you, sir, but I'm going to prove you were definitely wrong. He raised an eyebrow, confident. Let's see if you can back it up. That became my motivation for 2 decades. Every promotion board, every assignment, every challenge, I remembered being 20 years old lying in motor oil while my battalion commander said I'd never make it. Made sergeant at 3 years, staff sergeant at 6, deployed to Iraq twice, Afghanistan once, got my degree using night classes, became a platoon sergeant, then first sergeant. 15 years into my career, I ran into Colonel Brennan at a leadership conference. He was a 2-star general by then. I was a master sergeant. He didn't recognize me at first. I walked up, introduced myself. Sir, Private Hayes. The motor oil incident in Germany. His eyes widened. Hayes? You're still in? Yes, sir. And I'm not done yet. He laughed. I'll be damned. Guess I was wrong about you washing out. You were wrong about more than that, sir. I'm going to make Sergeant Major. He studied me for a moment. You know what? I believe you might actually pull it off. 5 years later, I got selected for Sergeant Major. Top 1% of the entire army. Leadership position responsible for hundreds of soldiers. The promotion ceremony was last month. My family was there, friends from 22 years of service, soldiers I'd led over the decades. The division commander pinned on my new rank, gave a speech about dedication and perseverance. Then he opened the floor for remarks. That's when General Brennan walked onto the stage. I had no idea he was coming. He'd flown in specifically for my ceremony. Sergeant Major Hayes and I have history, he told the crowd. 22 years ago, he created an oil spill that knocked me flat on my rear end. I told him he'd never make it in the army. The crowd laughed. Brennan turned to face me. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Hayes took my doubt and used it as fuel. He's everything a sergeant major should be, and I'm honored to have been proven so completely, thoroughly incorrect. He shook my hand, whispered, you earned this, Garrett. Well done. After the ceremony, my old team leader Wade found me. He'd made first sergeant himself, stationed 2 bases away. Remember when Brennan asked if you were trainable? I had no idea what to tell him. I remember. You said unknown at this time. Wade grinned. Guess we've got an answer now, Sergeant Major. That motor oil incident could have ended my career before it started. Instead, it gave me something more valuable than encouragement. It gave me something to prove.